Hello everyone, my name is Alisha. I welcome you all to a workshop where we are going to learn how to use Camel's Fine Liner Pens. Today we are going to draw this sunflower by Camel. We have 6 fine liners, different sizes. We will be using all of them. So we are using Camel's A5 Premium Sketchbook for this. We'll draw a stencil for the flower and then later on we'll just erase the stencil off. I am going to draw a circle here because I believe after I do all of it, it won't be visible. So I'm just going to draw a circle here for this part. There you go. Starting with the middle part. So here our dots here are darker. Our dots outside are lighter. I'm just going to draw dots randomly with this pen and then eventually use other pens to highlight them. I get asked this a lot where people ask, can we just use black pen instead of using fine liners? I just want to tell you all why fine liners are better. A, different sizes. There is so much variation. Also, if you use a black pen, say a gel pen or a ball pen, and then compared to that, if you use a fine liner pen, you will see how smooth a fine liner pen is comparatively. When it comes to drawing, we always prefer to draw with a pencil which is smooth or with a pen which is smooth. So that is the reason why fine liners should be preferred over drawing pens. Alright, so I'm done with the dots. I'm going to take the 0.5 pen and make this part darker, the middle part darker, the middle portion. Next up is drawing the petals. To draw the petals, if you're confident enough, you can directly go ahead with the fine liners as well, but for your reference, I'm going to draw them with a pencil. This is our first petal. I just want to add that these petals, you see how imperfect they are. They do not, your petal shape does not have to look like my petal shape. It's okay if it's a little imperfect. Flowers in general naturally are imperfect. If you feel like there's some space here, and if you do not like the space, you can fill it up with another petal. We are done with our petals. The next step is the stem. Okay, I drew this just for my reference. I will draw both sides of the leaf beside this line. So this is one side of it, side number 2. I am not going to, you see these lines here? These lines we will directly be drawing with fine liners. You do not need to draw it with pencil. Okay, we are ready with the drawing. Now we have multiple sizes, we have 6 sizes. If you have lesser sizes, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and erase this a bit, make this a little lighter, and then go ahead with the fine liners. The first fine liner that I am going to use is the 0.1 fine liner, just to do the borders of the petal, and then go ahead with the darker or the lighter ones that if you want to. Just make sure that when I am doing, when I'm using a thicker brush, you also use a thicker brush. When I'm using a thinner brush, you use a thinner brush as well. The next step is erasing the stem, that is again making it lighter, and then going ahead with the 0.1 pen. Here we go. I'm drawing the leaf now. So we will go ahead with the 0.3 pen and make the middle part darker. You want the middle part to be darker, so you can go in round circles. Here you can just go tap tap. The next step is I would like to make the petals darker. We've made a bunch of petals darker, as in we've given them a little edge. Sometimes when our whole artwork is done with the finer pen and then we go ahead with the thicker fine liner, what happens is it looks abrupt. So we take the smaller one and then we smoothen it out so that it looks even. A few lines are thicker and the rest of them are thinner. It gives so much depth to your flower. That's what we are doing. Now I'm going to go ahead with the 0.51 for the rest of the borders of the petal. What are we going to do? We are going to add the creases in the petal. So starting off, this here, crease number 1. I'm using 0.3. 0.3 is perfect. I would also like to make the edges sharper for a bunch of petals. So sharper this side. Using 0.3 again for this. For the stem, I am going to use the 0.5 pen. Here you go, 0.5 pen, making this side of the stem darker, making the left side of the stem darker. So yeah, it becomes easier to do freehand because I already have a stencil ready. There you go. This side, the lines, so there are going to be lines on the stem. This side of the stem, their lines are closer. This side of the stem, the lines are darker. So here, darker, no, further away. So, and then next up we have the petals here. I am going to use 0.2 pen to do the petals. So this is our petal. After I'm done with this, I'm going to take a minute to erase all the pencil lines because everything that we wanted to place on the paper with the fine liners, we've done that. So there you go. Once we are done with that, we are going to go ahead with the 0.1 pen to just do touch-ups here and there. I am going to draw, make the leaves a little thicker. So I'm going to use the 0.2 pen for it. And one, I'm going to make the inner line thicker as well. And that's it. This is the sunflower that we've done. What we will be doing is we also have the next part for it. So on the next page, I will be showing you how to make a withered flower. I'm going to draw a round head for our flower and then make it look like an umbrella of sorts. Again, this does not have to be perfect. It can be a little up and down. Now make sure that the stem comes out of the middle part of the, so I'm just going to make this way. We make sure that our stem is in the middle and not outside. Next step is erasing it, making it lighter. This is okay. If you want to keep it a little darker for your reference, you can go ahead and do that, then erase it later. Alright, going ahead with the fine liners again, to use the 0.51 after the pencil. So I am going to draw a bunch of lines which look like this. We are done with the head, at least the base for the head. The next step is the petals. We'll draw a line here. The next pen that we are going to use is 0.3. For the petals, we are going to do 0.3. I am not going with 0.3 on every side because it does not have to be equal like that. Just drawing a few dots here. Next step is drawing the wrinkly lines in the middle. I'm going to use 0.2 for it. Alright, our next step is done. I am going to take the same pen and redo this a little. I'm going to take 0.3 after this. I'm going to draw a few dots here so that it looks a little withered as well. 0.3 pen, a few dots here. One outside as well, one here. I'm using 0.31, drawing the border for the stems. And then going ahead with the 0.5 pen. Why are we going ahead with the 0.5 pen? To draw lines. These lines that I'm doing, these small lines, they are not touching the other line. They're just starting at the darker side and fading away into the lighter one. Alright, next up is your favorite part, that is doing the eraser. So today when we were doing, we used all sizes of fine liners on both the artworks. So we went from, the sizes here are mentioned, we went from 0.05, that is we used 0.05 for stenciling it, for the borders of it, and then we also went to 0.8. So this is our withered flower, and this is our bloomed flower. So we use fine liners pen for this. As I was saying, I would love to see your artworks as well. Please tag us on Kokyo Camlin and my account as well, that is Alisha. I would love to see, would love to repost and love to connect with all of you. And it was amazing being a part of this workshop and helping all of you, learning things myself. Thank you so much for joining.